there's still some very confused people that are watching watching the videos, and I don't know where anybody's going into the videos, and I have to apologize for the fact that I don't know how to fix the information that went across over hundreds of videos, because they were basically a shared journey of what I found by going into tools that the average individual probably would be able to find. There's the odd book that I have that someone's not going to possibly find access to, but more than not, the basic tools that I've shown in the research are out there. Even if the worst end you had to go into a public library and just wander in, you wouldn't need any ID to do that, and you could certainly lay out the books. It maybe not leaving with the books, but you could do your research in there, and that's been done. So certainly the knowledge is there. It is there for you, but the misunderstanding of this concept, the word legal is not God's law. The reason I put that up there is because man's law is positive law. So when we talk about legal, we're talking about the law according to lawyers, not according to God. Jesus warned about the lawyers, or those that scribe the law within a system that is not his law. That's why you'll find millions of laws in man's legal system world. We'll call it the governance of how to run humans, not men or women, but how we run something that's in a legalistic terminology, where you're going to learn words like, how would you like to be smart and injure yourself and think that you actually have knowledge, but it's knowledge of imaginations of men, versus the knowledge of God that only comes from reality, truth, and what is natural. So the word legal in its etymology means to collect. Okay? It is not the meaning of the word law. And when we look at law, law is what is laid down and established. That's established by God. So when we talk about natural law versus legal, there is a complete difference. Natural law would encompass the belief in one of the best definitions I found for natural law. It doesn't occur in all places, but it says the embracing basically of the belief in the God of the Bible and the belief in Christ, and the embracing of the Ten Commandments, which has not been destroyed. The Ten Commandments have not been destroyed. And therefore, it embraces what has been laid down from the mind of God. Now, positive law, which is legal, that's man's law, is contrary to God's law, because it passes things that have to do with the collective amount of people who do not have a spiritual relationship with God. And therefore, they're without a covenant with God, and they are not basically embracing his anointed son as their king and their ultimate sovereignty. So therefore, they've placed themselves under subserviency to a legal system that operates debtors instead of those who have full credit with Christ. So it is an absolute opposite. But unfortunately, to get this through to people, because I have people telling me that I need to be, as a Christian, I'm going to be basically leaving a system that I can actually do damage to Satan's legal system by staying in on the sinking ship. I need to be in there. Well, if you basically speak a fiction, you are asserting a lie, and it's not truth, and therefore you cannot be on God's side when you're walking in fiction versus truth.